We recently took a cruise on the Sun Princess Cruise Line's newest cruise ship, and one of the reasons we booked that cruise was to hang out with our friend and fellow YouTuber, Don Terrace of Don's Family Vacations. Don was hosting a huge group, and it's always fun to cruise with Don and his friends. But what we did not expect when we went on this cruise is that a series of events would unfold, a series of events that would end with the lovely Jenny B being confronted. Now this saga begins on night 2 of the cruise, a sea day. It begins in the Princess Arena as we're waiting for that night show, Fiera. As we're sitting there, minding our own business, chatting with people, we are noticed by Kiwi cruise director Cole. Kiwi's from New Zealand, and he spots Don in the crowd. And if you don't know it, Don has a reputation that precedes him at Princess Cruise Lines, primarily around an event called the Yes No Game Show. And well, day 2, night 2, sea day number 1 of this cruise was the day that the Yes No Game Show was about to go down. Cole boldly came to where Don was at and told him that he knew everything about him. Been given all the info that he needed to take him down in the Yes No Game Show info from fellow cruise directors, from clandestine organizations there at Princess that gathers information about Yes No Game Show players. Cole said he was ready. He was ready to take Don out in their epic Yes No Game Show battle. And well, thinking about it now, I don't know if the battle was as epic as it was made out to be. I did document that battle in a video that I made on the Sun Princess. Then it might have been that video that got me into the next series of events, and it definitely was the video that got Jenny B confronted. If you didn't see the video, let me just give you the summary. Don sits down in the chair. There's some back and forth between the two, and some 40 plus seconds later, Don's a loser. He gets knocked out of the Yes No Game Show by a very confident Cole. And so confident, not only does he knock Don out, but as soon as Don gets out of the contestant's chair, Cole jumps in and he challenges Don to go at him, to play him in the Yes No Game Show, Don taking on the role of host. And well, Don did what he was supposed to do, and he knocks Cole. He knocks Cole right out of the Yes No Game Show. And well, Don, like I said, he lasted a little over 40 seconds. Cole, however, lasted 6 seconds, and he was given the nickname at that show, 6-Second Cole. Jenny B had some things to say, which were included in the video that I published the very next day.
Don crushed it, Cole. He gave it to you.
Look, I don't really know how Cole saw the video, but Cole saw the video. Some people would speculate that maybe Cole saw the video because the very next night, where we were sitting in the same spot, Cole came up to talk to us. I may have mentioned that several thousand people saw his 6-second performance on the game show, and he's like, how did that happen? I'm like, well, I put a video on YouTube, and now people are talking about it. Maybe that's what drove him to YouTube, maybe not. Again, it could have been the clandestine intelligence organizations inside of the broader cruise industry that took this information to Cole. I don't really know how that works. Maybe I've been watching too much spy TV on TV. I don't know. Either way, he had seen the video, and I wasn't sure what was happening because you could tell he was a little bit, right? A little bit. So I wanted to diffuse the situation. I said, well, what better way? Let's have Cole explain to us how he beat Don Terrace. I asked him, could I get a little interview on the side? And when I did that, he asked me a question. He's like, hey, do you want to come on my show? Because I got some questions for you. So I got invited to join Cole on the Wake Show. That's the daily show that happens on the cruise ship. Gets broadcast right there into the cruise cabin. And I said yes. So what I want to do is I want to show you that morning show segment. I did get to have my interview with Cole. And oddly enough, it was during that interview where the Jenny B confrontation happens. And Don even got in the act at a separate time, taking a little poke at 6-second Cole. So let me show you those three things, and then we'll have a little more to say.
So, folks, now I've got a special guest here on the show. I know many of you watch YouTube before you come on board a ship, and we've got one of the most prominent cruise influencers. Yeah, prominent. I say that because I even watched your videos before I worked at sea. Between you and the man that we're going to be talking about, when I was a guest on ships, I was definitely watching, get all the insider tricks. So please welcome Tony from Lido, Loca.
Very kind words, Cole, and thank you for having me on the show today.
Oh, today is the last day.
Yeah, we have questions. We have questions.
We've got questions. So look, first of all, I want to say thank you for coming to cruise. You're cruising with a big group, aren't you, this cruise?
Actually, so we snuck on. Our friend Dawn is here with a big group, but my lovely wife, Jenny B, she's never seen the ship. And so we came over to see Don. We heard, you've heard about Ali Frazier back in the day. Mm-hmm. Recently, Jake Paul, Mike Tyson.
Yes.
Well, rumblings around the internet, there would be a clash between Don and Cole.
Yes, and this has been set up for months.
That's what the draw was. That's really the only... We didn't really...
You came just for the title card fight?
Yes,
the big payouts at the end, who wins, who loses?
Yeah.
I'll give you some insights there. So I've known about Don for a while, but I've also had a lot of guests that have come on. For those that don't know, Don, you can find him on YouTube, Don's Family Vacations, and I believe he has another channel, Just Don, as well. But I've had guests coming on from my last ship talking about how he loves the Yes No game show, and that this is a game show that he never loses, and they really hyped it up. And I think he went out in like 49 seconds.
It was short. I really thought he was... I've been on several cruises, other than my wife. Don and I have traveled the world together, so he's my YouTube friend and my friend, right? So we travel around a lot. I've seen him play this Yes No game show frequently, and he usually goes in with a lot of confidence. But you guys did have some interaction prior to the show,
right? I think
maybe he got in his head.
I think the tactic is.
I think maybe he got in his head.
And this is a good tactic. People ask me like, how do you do it? It's not just about what happens during the moment. Once that clock starts, no, it's all about what happens the moment the person even walks up onto that stage, getting in their head. That's like, you see boxers before they go at it, they're in each other's faces, they're trying to psych each other out, they have that walk in the ring. I grabbed Don's jacket, I strutted around, he was not ready.
No, I tell you what, the taking of the jacket I think was key psychologically. I think it took it up to the next level. The other thing that I noticed about this version of the Yes No game show was the coordinated attack with you and Conrad. It seems like you guys took some, joyful glee in seeing people being quickly defeated. It was almost like Mike Tyson in his prime. You went for the knockout early. There was no dilly-dallying around.
I would probably, because boxing's quite an honorable sport, so I would consider it more like WWE wrestling. Yeah, like, we take the person and we put down there, Conrad comes in with the steel chair.
Yeah. Now, the interesting thing, and if I can say this, the one thing I did not expect about this matchup was how quickly the tables turned.
Yeah,
I saw you jump in that seat quickly, almost confident that you're like, okay, look, I knocked the guy out that said he couldn't be knocked out. So let me sit in the chair and see if he can, do it, as fairly. I think Don was 40 to 50 seconds. Man, you only lasted 6 seconds, Cole. Did you take a dive? That's what I want to know. Word on the street is you took a dive.
Cut the camera.
That's right. I mean, you went out so quick. I'm like, is the fix in? Is there somebody that has money on it? Or did Don just give it to you so hard you just gave the no up right away?
You know what? It's not very often that the tables turn. I will be honest. I'm not very good at the other side of things. I'm used to saying yes to everyone on board the ship. I like to make those dreams happen and to crush someone's dream. I'm trying to justify it. I'm like, I had a poor performance at the end, I was psyching myself up right from the very beginning. But look, folks, for those that are watching it, the Yes No game show is a standard on any princess ship. It's a classic, and it's probably, I would say, between that and the marriage match game show, the highest rated game show that people come along
so well
to
attended
enjoy.
On every ship that I've ever been on. Super attended. So, as historians look back on this major event, what will be remembered? The Don knockout or the poor Cole performance.
As much as I would like to say the Don knockout, I feel like it's going to be the poor performance of 6 Second Cole.
It was fantastic cruise entertainment. I'll tell you that. It made the trip across the state worth it for us. So,
I'm glad that it made that one night. I was watching your video you posted on YouTube, and then when Don got out, I could hear the audible no around from everyone there. But look, let me just switch to one more question, not yes/no related. Your favorite part of Sun Princess? I know you were here for the 3-day rollout, and where I was here hiding in the curtains trying to learn the ship.
It was really, the 3-day event that, they kind of give it to you like a fire hose, right?
You have it all in 3 days.
So it's been really nice just to casually explore the cruise ship, and I'm a ship nerd. I love the cruise industry, and I'm a big fan of the trend for really going to multi-use spaces. So I appreciate really in a big way what's going on in the Piazza. You go... in the past, the Piazza is a wonderful location to maybe find the International Cafe, to hear some live music, to sit around, but I really feel like it's been amplified on this ship to where there's many kinds of events. There's celebrations there, there's game shows, there's live entertainment, and the seating is unique on this cruise ship where every deck has almost an arena style, and of course there is the arena here, but they also, a lot of seating there on the Piazza, so I so appreciate the multi-use aspect of the Piazza. And since I mentioned the arena, not everybody's a huge fan of the theater and the round, but again, I feel like because that configuration can be changed in the new Princess Arena, I've seen close-up magic just a few feet away in there, but I've also seen a very, extensive production show where the screens allow a depth that really makes you feel like you're in a big space. So I do like those aspects. Right. I'm always a big fan.
I'll jump in on that arena part, So there's a lot of theater in the round in the world that is just theater in the round. You can't adjust it. And what I love about our version of the arena is that, you can have the thrust stage where everyone sees this way. You can have everyone around. You can have a catwalk. You can have people hanging from a ceiling. You can have the stage rotate around and around and around. So some great technological advancements there.
I think it's a win, and there's so much to see on the ship. It's hard to describe it all, but I'm a big fan of innovation and pushing things forward. I think definitely that's what you see in Sun Princess. I can't wait to see what happens in the Star, but a great sailing.
There we go. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
for coming
I appreciate the time.
I'm glad we could clear the air there with the old yes/no game show matchup. Don, if you are watching this, I do apologize for beating you, but life is life.
And look, I don't think it's fair. Like they say when they see you to call you 6 Second Cole, don't do that. It's not a good nickname. I even hate to bring it up. Do not call this man 6 Second Cole anytime that you see him. It doesn't seem fair. 6 Second Cole. Don't do that. That's what I think.
I just see the flames burning even more in people. When people get told not to do something, I know exactly what's going to happen.
Is that true?
Absolutely.
Oh.
There we go, folks. Thank you for tuning into this part of the Wake Show. We'll have more Wake Show coming up right after this.
All right, that's the Wake Show. Let me take you to Don's group cruise party, where Don took a little bit of a run at Cole, the cruise director, presenting him with a cake in his honor. And if you look closely at that cake, it says 6 Second Man. 6 Second Cole, and it had Cole's picture on it. How about that? Cole's such a good sport. Not only did he smile and take pictures with the cake, but he also stood there and he sliced the cake for like 100 people. So kudos to Cole. And I did get to catch up with Cole one more time, and you got to see how this plays out. This is where Jenny B gets confronted. Oh my goodness! Look, it's 6 Second Cole.
No.
Is that fair? Is that fair to say?
Nick, look at them. They're laughing over there.
They should be. What's up, you guys? Look, I do wanna ask this question. You said it during the show. I didn't know how much of it was bravado or whatever. Did you really prepare for your match with yes/no aficionado Don Terrace from Don's Family Vacations?
Yeah, actually, I did. I will be completely honest, and Don, if you're watching this, I heard you were coming. I could see the competition in your eyes. I've watched your videos for years now. I know how passionate you are about the Yes No Game Show. So last week I had sleepless nights. That's a whole week of no sleep. I was just going over in my head, staring at the roof, going, "What questions am I going to ask? How am I going to psych you out? Do I steal his jacket? Yes, I will steal the jacket. Will I walk around? Will I, you know, it was a whole coordinate. I went to consultants shoreside asking them what's the best way. I went to FBI interrogators as well, and they gave me top advice. We did a whole profile. Yeah, so it was very intense preparation.
Well, Cole, you did your job. You beat Don in less than a minute, which is very commendable. But then immediately you lost terribly. So does one take away from the other? How will this event be remembered?
I think this event will be remembered by the first half of the game show, and that the last half will be forgotten to history. No one will ever ask, no one will ever care, and then people will just see the win for what it was.
I don't think it's significant that this little interview is 20 times longer than the amount that you played the Yes No Game show. I don't think there's any significance to it,
yes,
but I do appreciate...
Even the greats must lose at some point, right?
Let's play the Yes No Game show, but I want you to say yes on this one. Do you really enjoy being a cruise director and being on the Sun Princess?
Absolutely.
That's 1 second, Cole, but that's a great answer. Thank you so much for the time. I appreciate it.
And can I just say, Sun Princess, beautiful ship. If you've not come and sailed with us, please come sail with us. I would love to get to know all these guests that are coming on this ship. I mean, we've got incredible family vibe here as well, but it's also high energy, so bring a lot of energy drinks because we've got a lot to offer all of you.
Cole, thanks so much for the time.
The pleasure
sure
is
do
mine.
appreciate it.
The pleasure is mine.
We'll say, oh, look.
And hello to all your...
Look, say hello to my wife.
Oh,
the lovely Jenny B.
Hello, look at that.
Wow, that was almost a perfect kind of deal. Wow. We just did an interview that was like, I don't know, 20 times longer than his stint at the Yes No Game show.
Yes, and can I just say, actually, I need to correct the record right here. I saw your trash talk of me at the end of the video.
That's 6 second call.
Yeah, I play it over. You said I've got to do better. All right, I play it over and over. I have to do better.
All right, thanks, Cole. We got to let Cole get back at it, I
Right.
guess.
Guys, I'll see you around the ship. Enjoy your last couple of days with us here on board. And make sure that my number 1 rule is try every single drink on board.
Oh, there you go. We got a busy couple days. We're only 190 behind.
That's right.
Yeah. Right. Okay, I'm going to go now. See you guys. Bye.
There you go. What can I say? It's that cruise life, baby. Yeah, cruising is so fun. You just never know what twists and turns cruising's going to take. And, you know, Cole, the cruise director, really made our time a good time. And it wasn't just us. I saw interaction after interaction on that cruise ship that Cole had with the passengers. And every passenger came away with a big smile. That guy definitely doing his job for Princess. I hope to cruise with Cole again. Make sure you check out the video of our competitive sea day, including the Yes No Game show. I've got it linked right here. Thank you so much for checking out this episode. Hit that like button on the way out. Tony for Lido, Loca. Until next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye.